Hey guys, welcome to Mrs. G's Sewing Space. I have a special episode today. I'm not doing a tutorial today, but today I am going to show you a field trip that I took. So I went to Atlanta this past weekend and I went to the original Sewing and Quilt Expo. And it's a big get together in Atlanta for anybody who sews, anybody who quilts, anybody who does fiber arts of any kind. And so this is just a brief overview of what I found there, some of the booths that they had there, and just some of the things that they had going on. So I just wanted to make sure you guys saw the scope of the Atlanta show. The original Sewing and Quilt Expo pops up in a lot of cities on the east side of the U.S. So the events that they have here, they have classes. The one here in Atlanta is always in March. Every year in March in Atlanta at the Guerra Civic Center, or they call it the Infinity Energy Center now. But the first 2 days are the convention, and they have classes. So people who make a living in the sewing industry, whether it's quilting or apparel or pattern drafting or whatever, they come in and they can teach you classes on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I went on Saturday and I didn't take any classes, but I went in, and so the video that you're going to see after this is the footage of me walking through the convention center. It's showing you some of the quilts that were hung up. There were a lot of quilts there. The quality was awesome, as well as the vendors. There were a lot of vendors, and they had a scissor sharpening there as well, so I got some video of that too. Now, like I said, this is the first time I ever took video or stills of the convention, so it's going to be a little wonky, but I just wanted to show you guys what I saw. And afterwards, after the video, I'll show you some of the things that I bought there that makes me very happy, and we'll take it from there. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you're bored, just fast forward through it all. I try to make it as easy as possible, but just fast forward it to the end and we'll get to the good stuff where I can show you a couple of things that I bought there. Okay? I hope you enjoy it. some of the things that I purchased at the original Sewing and Quilt Expo here in Atlanta, Georgia. Or, well, they're in Atlanta, Georgia, since I'm not there anymore. Now, I'm going to start out with this one. This is my most favoriteest thing so far. This is a pattern notcher. And what this is, I'm going to show you on this slip right here. When you are drafting a pattern and you need to mark like front and back, or especially on sleeve lines. So here's a sleeve that I made for my daughter, and what a pattern notcher does, I don't know, can you see those two little notches right there and this one over here? So that's what the pattern notcher is. It's like a hole puncher, but it punches edges out so that you can tell whenever I look at a pattern and I see two punches on one side, that's the back of the sleeve, and when I see one punch on one side, that's the front of the sleeve. So whenever I am tracing out a pattern and I'm making my marks, I always know what side's the front and what side's the back. So that's what I love about this pattern notcher. It's a 1/4 inch, so it'll always go in about a 1/4 inch, and you just snip it. It falls out the back usually, and it leaves a 1/4 inch notch in all your patterns. And unless you draft your own patterns, you don't realize how awesome this is, but this is awesome. So that's one thing I bought, and that was about $24. And then I need a thimble for my hand sewing, and I don't have one, or all the ones that I had are lost. So this was only $1, so I grabbed it. And then I have found this one. I got this from the Vogue fabric booth, and this is anybody who tries to do drawstring or elastic through a waistband or a hoodie or anything like that. If you have a hoodie and your string comes out, this is what you would use to restring it. So you put this in through the first hole and you string it around to the set till it pops out of the second hole. So it's like this, but you don't lose that. That's your handle. You don't lose that part. Then you put your string back in, and then you pull it back through the tunnel, through the casing, to pull your string back through. And this is going to make my life so much easier. For those of you guys who do drawstring bags or waistbands, normally you would see me in my videos do a safety pin. This is very similar to that, very similar to the safety pin. Now you can't use this in everything, but hoodies and waistbands and things like that. My husband and my kids, they tend to pull their drawstrings out all the time out of their hoodies, so this is going to be awesome for me. I'm excited about that one. Now, something else that I bought there was not the ruler, because you guys have seen my ruler before, but this. This is what makes me happy. This is something that will help me keep my ruler in place, keep my hand in place, so as I'm cutting strips for whatever projects I'm doing and I'm straightening edges or whatever, this is awesome. This will just lift up, so I don't even have to like shift it, because it'll shift the fabric underneath it. So up and down. This is awesome. I think this is awesome too. That was only a couple of dollars. But one of the biggest things I got, well, which wasn't really big, is the Kumihimo braiding disc. So this is what I purchased a couple of years ago when I went to the Sewing Expo some years ago. Mostly just to play with, because I just like playing with it. But I bought this, but the same people were there, so I went ahead and bought a kit for a two-tone bracelet in blue, my favorite color. So I'm excited about that. I'm going to do that. And I got another set of discs. These discs you wrap your yarn around. They're like bobbins. So you wrap your yarn around it as you braid, and so it won't get tangled. But here are some of the things that I've done that I started, and I'm like, oh, this is fun, and then I just keep going and I don't know when to stop, and there you go. So I have this, which is that's a bracelet. That should be a bracelet. I need to finish that one up. And then I was just playing with this one. This isn't as good. It looks pretty, but it's not as nice. I need to go back and fix bits. But here's the real stuff. I was trying to get my daughter to do this, but a lot of friendship bracelets are like that, and all it is a Kumihimo braiding disc. So if you guys are interested, leave it in the comments below and I'll show you how to use it. You can make your own, or you can, I found this one at Michael's. I think I found this one at Michael's or Joann's or something. It's a little cardboard disc, but it's the same thing as that one, doing friendship bracelets. I bought it for my daughter to see if she wanted to do it. She wasn't interested in it, but in case she was interested anyway. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. I was very excited about sharing the things that I saw from the expo and wanted to share it with you guys so that you guys could see that You know, sewing isn't just a local you thing. There's a huge community out there of sewers, of quilters, of fabric artists who want to share their love of this particular hobby, industry, business, you know, whatever you want to call it. If you want to look online, there are other conferences out there that that meet up. This is the only one that I know of right off the bat that came to Atlanta. There are some other out there up on the East Coast, you know, that I just can't get to. But Atlanta was my closest one, so I always went to that one. I know there's for those of you guys who quilt, there's another, I think it's called Quilt Con. And I want to say, I had a friend tell me that it's coming in Tennessee next year, I think. Well, anyways, what I'll do is I'll find the link to it, and I'll put the link for the original Sewing and Quilting Expo and for Quilt Con. I'll find that link, and I'll put it in the description box below so that you guys can click on it and get to where you want to go with that. So, you know, some of the other things that I saw there were people who were weaving on looms. I saw a lot of product there, so you could buy sewing desks. You could purchase irons. You could get your fabric scissors sharpened and purchase new scissors. There was a lot of stuff there, and it was very, very exciting. There was some weird stuff there, kind of like there was a vendor there that sold shoes, recycled shoes, I think it was. I thought that was kind of odd. There was also a vendor there that sold glass nail files. So they were normal nail files, but they were made out of glass. And I thought that was kind of weird too, but you know, I guess it makes sense when you're handling fabric. If you have ragged edges on your nails, it's going to get caught on your fabric and start making messes there. What was some of the other stuff that I saw? There was a fashion show, which I didn't film. I was getting tired by that point. But I sat there and watched the fashion show, and the person who did the fashion show, her name is Cynthia Guffey, and she's a pattern designer. And she was showing off some of her things and how you could make changes to her patterns to fit a lot of body types. And I thought that was interesting, as well as the quilts. There were a lot of quilts there that the details were amazing. And I put pictures of some of my favorites at the end of this video. Or, well, I guess before this section. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you found it was worth your time to try to get a glimpse into an expo. I'll put the links down in the description box below. Give me a thumbs up. Click to subscribe. Let me know what you think. Put a comment down below, because if you guys don't tell me what you think, I mean, I'm not a mind reader. I don't know. If you guys want something, as we're nearing the end of the school year, for my middle schoolers, or going into middle school, my 4th, 5th, 6th graders, as we are going into summer, you guys need to let me know what you want to see throughout the summer so I can do some videos for you guys as well. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think. Give me a thumbs up. Let me, you know, show me the love, and we'll keep making videos. And I hope you guys enjoyed this one. And I'll see you in the next video.